Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Dwayne Wade's savage two-word message to Jimmy Butler during Warriors Game 5 loss. The Golden State Warriors' playoff dreams came crashing down in Game 5 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Dwayne Wade was not shy about expressing his frustration. Watching the game unfold live on a playback stream, the Miami Heat legend took a direct shot at his former teammate, Jimmy Butler. His words were sharp and simple. "Hey, number 10. If you can hear me, do something." The call-out was both a challenge and a demand for Butler to take control, but it fell on deaf ears as the Warriors fell to the Timberwolves 121-110. Butler's performance in Game 5 was far from his usual standard. The six-time All-Star managed only 17 points on 4 of 11 shooting, adding 6 rebounds and 6 assists. His struggles were evident as he failed to find his rhythm against Minnesota's suffocating defense. This was a far cry from his explosive Game 3 performance, where he dropped 33 points, grabbed 7 rebounds, and dished out 7 assists. Over the series, Butler averaged 19.2 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 5.2 assists. Solid numbers, but not enough to push the Warriors past the Timberwolves. Adding to Golden State's woes was the absence of Stephen Curry, who sat out due to a lingering hamstring injury. Without their sharpshooting leader, the Warriors leaned on Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski. Both stepped up admirably, scoring 26 and 28 points, respectively. But their efforts were not enough to overcome Minnesota's firepower. Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards led the way for the Timberwolves, combining for 52 points and dominating the paint. Their relentless attack put the Warriors on their heels, and Golden State never quite recovered. WDE's challenge to Butler carries more weight than just tough love. The two share a close bond that dates back to their days with the Chicago Bulls during the 2016-2017 season. The Hall of Famer served as a mentor to Butler, helping him elevate his game and encouraging him to embrace leadership. His public call-out on the live stream reflected not only his frustration, but also the high expectations he holds for the 35-year-old forward. As the Warriors bow out of the playoffs, questions linger about the team's future. Butler, known for his resilience and drive, now faces an off-season of reflection. WD's words, though harsh, might be the motivation Butler needs to return stronger next season. The message was clear. The time to step up is now. Warriors' Jonathan Kuminga has made a statement that no one is listening to. In the midst of the most trying time of his NBA career, Jonathan Kuminga is making it abundantly clear that his scoring exploits can translate to the postseason. Unfortunately, the Golden State Warriors don't appear to be listening, perhaps indicating a future that's already been decided. Kuminga has his flaws, but with Golden State's back against the wall, he stepped up to fill a massive void and confirm just how far gone this union is. Kuminga has struggled to find the court during the 2025 NBA playoffs, failing to play a single minute in 4 different games. When Stephen Curry went down with a left hamstring strain, however, the door was opened for someone to step up in the Warriors' leading scorer's place. Kuminga has answered the call, delivering a string of performances that most would have been praised for providing under pressure. Kuminga made the most of his 23 minutes in Game 2, scoring 18 points on 8 of 11 shooting, and adding another 5 rebounds for good measure. He went off for 30 points in 36 minutes in Game 3, and kept the momentum going with 23 points in 30 minutes in Game 4. Despite leading the Warriors in scoring over the past 3 games, however, little seems to have changed in terms of how Kuminga is viewed as a future cornerstone. Jonathan Kuminga leads the Warriors in scoring over past 3 games. Kuminga will become a restricted free agent this coming summer. As such, he will have the opportunity to sign an offer sheet with a different team, but Golden State will reserve the right to match and overrule any contract he otherwise receives. One simply can't help but wonder if or why the Warriors would actually bring Kuminga back when one evaluates the trajectory of his career. Kuminga, who's still just 22 years of age, is a dynamic scoring threat who has averaged 20.5 points per 36 minutes through 4 NBA seasons. Unfortunately, his minutes declined from 26.3 per game in 2023 to 24 to 24.3 in 2024-25. That included a number of benchings by Warriors head coach Steve Kerr, which Logan Murdoch of The Ringer was a product of Kuminga prioritizing his shot over Curry's. Regardless of what the reason was, the bottom line is that Kuminga's Warriors career has been the epitome of stop and go. He's been a force of nature as a scorer at times, but even when he seems to have momentum on his side, stability is far from a guarantee. The reasons may include his defensive inconsistency, shot selection, and inefficiency as a shooter. But for a Warriors team that lacks offensive firepower, Kuminga's erratic development has been mutually detrimental. As Kuminga shows out in the playoffs against one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, his success has thus been bittersweet to witness. Perhaps it's a statement that Kerr can't ignore, but it feels like more an audition for a new suitor than a larger role with the Warriors. Warriors now have a deadline for a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. The Golden State Warriors have been linked to Giannis Antetokounmpo for years, and this summer, it appears that such a trade could finally come to fruition. Yet, that opportunity comes with a deadline: the 2025 NBA Draft. That's what ESPN NBA draft expert Jonathan Givony shared on Monday, hours before the NBA draft lottery, when well-known newsbreaker Shams Charania reported that Antetokounmpo was not convinced about staying with the Milwaukee Bucks long-term. The Shams report truly seems like the groundwork for an official trade request in the coming weeks. The Warriors want to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's music to the ears of the Warriors and their fans, who have been pining for the Greek freak for years now. He is an athletic marvel whose skill level is underrated. His combination of scoring, playmaking, and efficiency is literally unique in NBA history. He has been a top 3 finisher for MVP for nearly a decade now. He's a machine. He is 30 years old now, and his prime will not last forever. That is less of a worry for the Warriors, who are trying to maximize the next couple of seasons. It's not as if Antetokounmpo has shown massive signs of decline either. His defensive intensity has waned a bit, but his offensive production is at an all-time high. He has plenty left in the tank. The chemistry that never existed between Giannis and Damian Lillard was in large part due to the fact that both players thrive with the ball in their hands. For all of his long-range mastery, Lillard is a pull-up shooter, not a movement shooter. Antetokounmpo can roll to the basket, but he is much more comfortable driving with the ball than hoping it finds him. Stephen Curry, of course, is a genius without the ball. He screens, he cuts, he pivots, he relocates like few others in NBA history. If the defense has to focus on Antetokounmpo, then Curry can move off ball in ways that will either pull defenders out of Giannis's path or free him up for a quick trigger triple. There are other questions that need to be answered, including how the Warriors will match his salary, and what assets need to be included to entice the Bucks to come to the table. How much value would Wisconsin native Brandon Podolsky have in a deal? Moses Moody. Will Jimmy Butler or Draymond Green be included? Now, an extra layer is added to the equation. Timing. Last summer, the Warriors were in discussions to trade for Paul George before a deal fell apart. And you fan, what do you think about Giannis Antetokounmpo's situation? Write to us in the comments.